The discussion is about sound in movies and how we can use sound in movies and how sound in movies are used for maximum effect. Sound in movies are more than just half of what you see when you go to the movies. Sound does things that sight can't do. Sound will enhance the story in ways that sight can't do it. Sound, the sense of hearing, is something which is prenatal. It's one of the most fundamental things that happens when we're in the womb. It changes brain growth. Hearing is the guardian of sleep. It's the conduit to the subconscious. It bypasses the thinking frontal lobes. It goes right to emotion and heart and memory. And so the things we can do with sound are very different than the things we have to do with picture. It is not by itself together in the medium of movies. It's a powerful force with sight. So I'm going to show you some examples today of openings from some different movies and look at how sound has been used here. A lot of people think about sound before they start doing these courses as just, the thing that comes with the picture. It's in the air, it happens when we speak, and that's the thing you're trying to catch. It's true in documentary that the first thing we want to have is understandability. But even in documentary, not just in fiction film, we're going to be using sound as a way of enhancing story. So one of the first examples I have up here right now is a movie called Malvern Caller. And I want you to take a look at the opening to this and tell me what you see and what you hear. Particularly pay attention to what sounds are going on. Think about sounds in three layers. Think about them as the background sound, what we call the ambient sound. Think about the effects that are there, what particular things are making specific noises, whether they're visible on screen or whether they're not visible, and think about dialogue and how those three things happen together. Actually, I should add a fourth thing. Think about music. As those things happen, pay attention, note where they're coming up, and let's take a look at this. Okay, so the first thing you're hearing is this buzz, right? And then skin on skin, her moving. And what does that set up? What else is going on? These are very quiet, very intimate sounds. Tell us something about the relationship. I would stop it probably right before this point, and so I'll continue the lecture. Yeah. And what I would say is, like, okay, so what do you expect from what you saw? What do you know about this place from what you saw? What do you want to know next about what has just happened? What you saw, what you heard. Again, really quiet sounds. These are really close-up sounds. These are the kind of sounds you hear when you're by yourself or you're with a loved one, someone really quiet. It's just the two of you. We've gone from this scene where it looked like an intimate love scene to it's the scene of his death. And because the sounds are so quiet, we're all holding our breath as we watch it. The sound shifts to the new scene. We switch to see the computer. We hear more sounds, more computer sounds. The fans. Close up, and the sound changes with the picture. Very sudden sound shift. It captures you, right? Throws you right into it. That sound cut and then another. Listen to that. We know where we are. In the surrounds, we can hear water dripping. We heard a seagull. Most of the information is coming from the sound. Now in surrounds, that first phone ring is in surround, the first phone ring is actually coming from the back speakers.
Hello? Who? No, this is Morgan Keller. Morgan Keller? M-O-R-V? I don't see anybody. No. Yes, it's the station. No.
Great little scenes. 2 scenes, really, but 3 shots that are really significant in the opening, and then she's out at the train station. And sound is telling us a tremendous amount before we hear her talking. In the scene where she's lying with her boyfriend, we see first this very intimate close-up shot of skin on skin and her, and we hear a buzzing. So what do you expect after that moment? What do you expect to have happen? Your curiosity is piqued. You want to know what that buzzing sound is. It's an annoying sound, and you also are hearing the kind of intimate sound you don't hear unless you're very close to a person. Whether it's yourself making this noise or whether it's someone touching you, you hear the sound of skin on skin. It's a very intimate sound. And it sets up a certain expectation. Then what we actually see is a suicide scene, and she's there with her boyfriend, and we understand something about their relationship because of the sound as well as the picture. And as the scene shifts, the ambient sound shifts with